Hello.
Hello. My name is Alisa. I'm a digital painter, and today I have a digital sketchbook tour for you guys. So in December of 2024, so like a few weeks ago, I decided to just open up a file in Clip Studio because I noticed that I have like a lot of ideas and things that I'd like to get out of me, and even just like take time to sit down and paint and scribble or do something, but I don't have like a dedicated place for that digitally. I of course have my physical sketchbook, but I'm just not as comfortable working in my physical sketchbook. I get around to doodling and sketching in it maybe once every few weeks. It's not like a desolate place. It's not like I never pick it up, but it just doesn't bring that same amount of satisfaction that painting in my preferred medium, which is on the computer, does. I also really love color, and it's really hard for me to get the vibrancy and the like, not thickness, but just the consistency of color that I can get painting on the computer with my colored pencils. I know I could try out gouache or oil paint, but I'm just not there in my art journey. And I'd like to, conquer this medium before I move on to another one or experiment with another one. I feel like I still have a really long way to go with just digital painting. So, anywho, it started off with that cute little moss-haired girl. I had her in my head for quite some time, and I just wanted to get her out on the page. And the next day I had like this weird urge to paint an onigiri, and so I did. And so it's like that cute little, really graphic looking onigiri that you saw. And then we've got Julia from Mr. Malcolm's List. She is so great. She's definitely my favorite character from that movie. One thing that I wanted to accomplish with this digital sketchbook is just to paint whatever I felt like painting, without feeling bad about it, without feeling constrained, without feeling like it had to be good enough to go on Instagram or whatever. And also indulge in a bit of fan art. I don't really want to sell fan art. It's just not where my heart is at. But every now and again, there's a character that I love in a piece of media that just sparks something within me, and I really want to paint them. And sadly, normally it ends up being like obscure characters in obscure media that, not obscure, but like media that doesn't fit with my IP. So clearly I like painting cute girls in a very Japanese themed aesthetic, and a lot of the media I watch actually isn't Japanese, surprisingly enough. I watch a lot of Marvel, I watch a lot of period Regency drama. I watch a lot of like big monster movies like Godzilla, The Meg. Feel free to judge me. And like Twilight and stuff. So I actually don't watch like a whole lot of anime. My love for Japanese culture comes from other places besides animation. Not that I don't love animation, not that I don't love anime, but I don't know, I just don't watch that much of it. Anywho, but yeah, so we're just getting stuff out, and it felt just so good to have a place that I could go to and just kind of pour things out in like this safe space. I did a lot of paintings during December, like small little paintings, and I think there's something so satisfying about being able to sit down and finish a piece within 1 to 2 sessions. For me, that can be anywhere between, sometimes it's like 4 to 5 sessions, because sometimes it could be like 10 minutes. But most of the time I do try and paint while my little baby is asleep. So normally it ends up being like 2 sessions, so maybe like 30 minutes, maybe an hour and a half, maybe sometimes rarely 2 hours to complete a painting, like specifically this one that we're looking at, Mr. and Mrs. Bennett from the 1995 Pride and Prejudice, the best Pride and Prejudice. But I have very strong feelings about which Pride and Prejudice is the best. For those who don't know, there is a war, a battle between those who love the Keira Knightley Pride and Prejudice and the original, okay, not original, but or is it the first one that BBC made? I don't know, whatever. The 1995 Pride and Prejudice. In my opinion, the 1995 Pride and Prejudice just does the book, just does it justice. And they not only do a fantastic job with getting the book down, but they also expand on the side characters beautifully, in my opinion. Like Mrs. Bennet and Mr. Bennet, which is why I painted them, because Mrs. Bennet's ridiculousness just makes me so happy. Anyway, I digress. But yeah, so we got paku fish, because for those who may not know, I do love big fishies. I love fish so much, and the bigger they are, the better they are. And the paku is just hilarious looking, big, and has weird human-like teeth. And what more could you ask for in a fish? So I had to paint a paku. This painting was just a little gashapon shop. Every now and again, I'll just go on Pinterest and look around at little things that make me happy. It usually ends up being either really pretty portraits of ladies with like crazy makeup, or retro stuff, or like tiny places in Japan. And I found a little reference photo of a cute little gashapon shop, and I painted it, and it made me happy. Right there, you could see my character Masato, who is a frog. He's a sickly frog nerdy guy who works at the konbini, actually, that my character Gui visits in my little short story. He's also Gui's best friend. Anyway, one of his best friends. But I thought it would be appropriate for Masato to be like walking past the gashapon, and I was like this close to making a little comic of him stopping and getting one, but I just didn't have the energy that day. And you know, this is a sketchbook, so I just moved on. And it felt great. Right now I'm painting my character Alana. She has been like this really cute anime girl character that has lived rent-free in my brain for almost years. For years. I made a character that looks similar to her without the elf ears in an anime MMO game a long time ago in a character creator. I'm one of those people who spends like 4 hours in a character creator and then like don't play the game. I play the game for like 20 minutes and never come back, but I just had fun like creating a character. But yeah, I made a character that looked like her, and I just haven't been able to stop thinking about her since. So I painted her. And I felt so good, and I love her. She's so cute, and I love the elf ears. Definitely gonna paint her more in the future because I love her. So now we're painting Killmonger. So this comes from my love of Marvel. I feel like a lot of people don't really like Marvel anymore, at least like not people around me. I feel like I'm or at least the MCU. I feel like there's a lot of diehard Marvel fans still that read the comics and will always read the comics, and I just can't really relate to them because they know a lot more than me and all I really know is the MCU. But I love the MCU so much. I do recognize that some of their recent movies have been trash, but I do love like the original, what is it, 24, 22 movies very much, phase 1 and 2, and I think Black Panther's in phase 3. I don't know enough, but anyway, I love Black Panther, so I had to paint Killmonger because he is one of my favorite bad guys. I find what he has to say in the movie and his way of thinking very relatable because of my own experiences and upbringing. And obviously he's an extremist, which is why he's a baddie, but I really enjoy his character. And I just think he looked dope in that first scene where he goes and gets that, I almost said Voltron, where he goes and gets that vibranium weapon from the museum and poisons that poor lady. Such a great scene, such a cool scene. He looks great. I love it. But yeah, so we're at the end here. I appreciate you guys so much for sticking it out through this little voiceover and hearing my little thoughts. And yeah, I'd like to take a second to thank my patron Bear Red for sponsoring this video. If you like my work and care to support, maybe check out Patreon or my online shop. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. And wait, are you guys proud of me for doing another voiceover video? I am. I am so proud. I was this close to not doing it and just uploading this video with music because I have been so sick and so tired. But I found a moment here to sit down and do this voiceover. So, you know, here it is. You're welcome. Okay, I'm out. Okay, all right. Until next time. Mata ne. Bye bye.
Hello.